What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome back to another episode of the Levante Career Mode. We're going straight into things here. As you can see, we have a message from Johnny Montiel wishing to join the club in the future for the next season. Obviously we don't know what the transfers are going to be like, if we're going to be able to sign someone better, what the budget's going to be and everything else. Based off the performances that he did display earlier on in the season, obviously I would be interested in hiring him, just that he was hit with a bad injury and we haven't seen as much of him. Another positive note is Neco Williams is back from injury. Obviously he won't be available straight away, but we might be able to see him near to the end of the season. The first game of the episode was against the Villarreal CFB side. Obviously we romped them in the first start of the season, but we only come away with the 1-1 draw with Afif being on the score sheet. I'm not really too fast. We're champions now. I'm not looking for results. As long as we don't lose, I'll be happy in all honesty. Draw and a win, I'm not fast in that way, as long as we kind of don't embarrass ourselves and we go away with enough credit into La Liga next season. We go into the second game of the episode with Deportivo Alves. Already playing them this season, we know what to expect, and they're definitely a good side in this sort of league. With winning the championship, I have now gone in with a different side. Dani Caderas goes in goal with Marcelo Sriracha at right back, Awiamik and Omdembele as your two centre-backs, Jesus Gallardo as your left-back with Mbamba and Vargas as your two holding midfielders, Scott being the holding midfielder with Nusa, Cantanero and Bukhari being the front three. We don't take the best of starts, and unfortunately we don't show why we are champions. We get split open in defence in the 3rd minute, and he does make a nice finish with the outside of the foot. Really fast movement of play, and we just get opened completely up, to be honest. Not some of the best displays that we have done this season, but yeah, one of those unfortunately. Doesn't take him long to get the second goal either, and it is a kind of similarity to the first goal. Opened us straight up and just made a nice inroad pass. All he has to do is put it in the back of the net, and that's what he certainly does. Really poor start, and to be down in 2-0 in the 7th minute, it wasn't something that I was really looking forward to for the rest of the game. In the 28th minute, they do get a free kick that we're able to block by jumping from the wall. Sriracha is able to pick the ball up from a loose kind of touch and passes it on to Bukhari that uses his amount of pace. Using that pace, he gets past that player and slots it in the bottom left-hand corner to make it 2-1. Really good goal, to be honest, and really well worked from Sriracha. Finding that play, being able to intercept the ball and pass it off to his opposing teammate. Was really happy about that. Unfortunately though, we didn't really build on that whatsoever, and in the 42nd minute they do get another goal, making it 3-1. They mentioned this guy at the start of the game, and fair enough, to be honest, because he just keeps ripping me apart. He's not going to match this sort of goal though, and just take a bow, Scott. I don't have to say about goal of the seasons anymore or anything like that. I know we mentioned previous episode about the goal that he scored. But yeah, I think that tops it, and I think that tops everyone. I mean, to be honest, we have scored some absolute unbelievable goals this season. But yeah, this was maybe something else. Come from a free kick there, and he just touches it with his left foot, slots it over to his right, and just hits it top corner. I mean, the keeper's getting nowhere near that, and we do make it 3-2. We go into the second half with a bit more kind of confidence, I'd say, to be honest, because we start really well. Vargas is able to find Bukhari that slots it into the bottom left hand corner with a finesse shot there. He just opens himself up for the ball originally, puts it back to Vargas, and Vargas finds him and he's able to slot it into the back of the net. With a better start came better things, and Cantanero is able to find the back of the net in the 57th minute, making it 4-3. Really happy in all honesty, because we did come back from a lot of goals conceded. Didn't feel like I would get into this game whatsoever with going 2-0 down and then 3-1 down. Obviously 2-goal deficits are hard to be able to climb back from, but we was able to do it with a lot of ease in all honesty in the second half more than anything. First half we performed quite badly, but in the second half we definitely put up a better show on. Unfortunately though, Al Yamik makes a stupid kind of... I wouldn't say it's a bad challenge though in some ways, because he does run into him, but I feel like he could have done much better with it in all honesty. It is a bit clumsy from him. Dani Caderas has a 100% record, and that stays. That stays. He has saved every single penalty that we have conceded this year. An absolute monster in front of goal, and someone that has led this team to utter greatness in all honesty. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to stop this shot in the 77th minute, and this guy does able to get his hat-trick. As I said, he does just completely just romp me, in all honesty. He does so well in this game, and yeah, fair play to him. I guess the limelight was on him at the start of the game, and it will definitely be on him at the end of the game. We go into the next games against Lagans, and to be honest, this is the last game of the season now. So yeah, it's crazy how quick it's gone, but yeah, it's the last game of the season. And something that I was looking forward to, though, and hoping to sign off on a good note. We filled a strong side with Afif, Grant and De Frutos coming in as your front three. Vargas and Scott stays with Peplu coming in. Brabic comes in for Omdambele, and Song comes in for Sriracha. Unfortunately, similar to the first game, we don't make a good start whatsoever. Really poor, and unfortunately we do concede a goal straight away. But yeah, it's just one of those. We're not too fast, but we'd like to do better. We do get the goal back in the 24th minute with a traditional Al Yamik header. Very kind of same things that he's been producing this year. All of his goals come from corners, and to be honest, he's been a menace in the box. Really good defender for me this year, and a quality goal with this one. Just being able to leap up on the defender and find the back of the net. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't take them too long, and 10 minutes later they do get another one back with a silly goal conceded. But it doesn't take us too long for Grant to be able to find Scott. Scott's able to kind of get past his man and just slot it in the bottom corner to make it 2-2. A really action-packed first half, and something that I didn't expect from this sort of side. This side has been poor this year, and to be honest, I feel like the worst of teams have given me a bigger run in the league. I feel like the bigger teams haven't performed whatsoever this year. We go into the second half, and Bakari is just absolutely ripping things up there. He's able to find Grant, and he slots it in the corner to make it 3-2. An absolutely unbelievable run by Bakari, and something that I didn't expect from him. He's displayed bits of greatness, and he's been really disappointing at times, in honesty. That just shows, though, why I would want to keep him in the team. They do get one back in the 79th minute, and they just kept coming at me. I couldn't really do much about it, in all honesty. I don't know what it was. Every time I scored, they scored, and every time they scored, I scored. I kind of replicated this, though, and I do go straight up the other end. Scott's able to find Afif on the wing, who's able to cut inside, finds Grant, he gets past his man. All he's got to do is score. Does he score? Of course he scores. He scores all blimmin' season. He's been absolutely unreal for us. A nice finesse into the bottom right-hand corner, and we do find ourselves 4-3 up. And we are able to sign off in style. Not the best of games, don't get me wrong. I feel like we could have done better in many areas. I think something that I will have to improve on next season is the defensive part of my game. But yeah, it's one of those. I'm not too fast. We're champions, and that's all that matters. We didn't let things lie, though, and in the 86th minute, Grant does be able to pick up another goal. This man's been unbelievable for us, to be honest. He's been in the right position at the right time. And yeah, he's definitely been one to carry the team. I think without him, I definitely would have struggled this year. From such low budget, and he cost me barely anything, and he's just performed so well, in honesty. So yeah, hats off to Grant, and I'm so happy that he's been able to finish off on style, and he's definitely been one of our better players this season. So that was it. That is meaning now that we have basically completed this season, and now we do receive our 20 million from winning the season. Just a little few messages there, but nothing that is really important to us, in all honesty. So now we're going to look more into depth. So obviously that is confirmation that we have won the title. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to get the 100 points, but yeah, it's one of those. We shall see now. I do believe that will be us, Levante and Tenerife going up, and then it's between Las Palmas, Elbar, Deportivo Aldez and Leganés to be able to see if they go any further to La Liga. I think it must be like a playoff they must play. But yeah, to be honest, an unbelievable finish to the season, and I couldn't expected this whatsoever. We've played so well, and I'd say we started so poorly, and we've ended so brilliantly. Confirmation there that Grant does pick up the golden boot. He does win by 2 games there, so that's 26 goals in 34 matches. Really good stat from him, and as I said in that previous game, he has carried us massively. In the assists as well, he's been creating a lot of goals. As you see a few there, Grant coming first, Scott coming third, Afif coming fourth. But yeah, an unbelievable season from him, being able to get top goal scorer and top assists in the game. We don't get anywhere near on the clean sheets. Cadenieras did perform really well this season, but unfortunately we wasn't able to get anywhere near. The only thing we ever topped was the assist in the cup competition, with Nusa getting 4 assists in the Copa del Rey. Not bad whatsoever, and yeah, as I said, some blinding performances throughout the season. Looking into the team now, obviously we're going to be making some big changes going into next season with who we're going to be competing against. Grant does get the top goal scorer for the side also. De Frutos and Cantanero matching on 11 goals. Scott with 10, Afif and Montiel with 9. That's not so bad for Montiel because he has been injured also. Baldini on 9, and then it goes Vargas, Bakari, Nusa, Al Yamik, Sydney Ryberger, Galrado, Petplu, Ibora that will be going back off loan next season. He has been an absolute gent and a servant for this club. And the last person to be able to get on the score sheet for us was Ruben Vezo. Looking at the side, as I say, there's going to be some big changes made next season. I need to thin the squad a little bit and make some important signings. I wouldn't mind keeping the actual number of the squad there. I just need the players at the end of the day because I just suffered so much with injuries. If I can get some backup in there, then it will definitely be welcomed. Olsen will go on loan. I'm not really too sure about Francesca. I think I'll probably kind of release clause like in terms of like I'll probably just release him. Munoz, I'm not too sure. Brabic, I'm not too sure in all honesty. Postigo, I won't be doing his contract for next season because he's just on the decline, so I'm not interested in keeping him on the season. Ruben Vezo will leave the club. I'm not interested in keeping him. Neither am I with Son. Definitely someone better I can get in at right back. To be honest though, I do have now Sriracha, who has been unbelievable this season, and Neko Williams as right back also. Madibo is currently on loan, but I will loan him out next season also. Quite happy to keep him in the club, just don't want to sell him as of yet. In Bamba, I will probably keep him around to be able to up his potential and so on. Ibora will go next season. I think he'll retire anyway, so I'm not too fussed about him. Pep Pulu was probably one of the better players of the side. Really important for him, and yeah, I'm so glad I have him on my team. Rendon will go on loan as well as Sydney Ryberger. I think he's just too low for us at the moment. Campagnai will probably go. Scott will stay. Vargas will stay. Montiel I am undecided on as of the moment. Let's see how he recovers from his injury because he's still got 3 months left. Yeah, and we'll kind of go from there on that one. He's going off to Middlesbrough, so we're not too fussed about him. We're going to be getting 1.2 million at the start of the season. Nusa, we will keep on. Masunda, I'm not really too sure in honesty. I don't see much improvement for him whatsoever. De Frutos, we will keep on, as well as Afif, 2 strong wingers and someone that I'm not willing to let go. Bakari, I'm quite happy to keep as a backup in that way. Don't want to be letting him go anytime soon. Soldado didn't make any appearances, but we will be letting him go at the end of the season. Cantero, depending with Firmino and Muriel coming in, I will probably put on loan, as well as Tavares. So going into the free agent side of things, I actually signed one last person before we do end the season, and that's Hamsik. Going into the Levante Player Awards Season 1, the Player of the Year, I decided it had to be Grant. He's carried us all seasons. He's scored so many important goals. I think there was only one man for it, and I chose Grant to be Player of the Year. Young Player of the Year, I went for Vargas, coming through the Youth Academy. It was a hard one to decide, don't get me wrong, but coming through the Youth Academy and gaining the overall he has. He's played many important games for us, and I feel like he's been a kind of rock solid CDM in all honesty. He creates a lot at the same time, but I feel like he's been so solid in that area, and it's someone that I've been so impressed with. Goal of the season goes to Scott, and that was actually in this episode, funny enough. That goal was just absolutely unbelievable. As I said, I had so many to choose from in that way, but I've wanted to give it to Scott. Rewind it for yourself and just watch it back because, yeah, an unbelievable goal in all honesty, and someone that has been impeccable in this side, and someone that has grown as the season has gone on. The last awards go with the top goal scorer and top assist. Grant tops both of them, getting top goal scorer in the league and top assist in the league, and for our club also. As I said, the guy has completely romped it in all honesty. Fair play to Grant, and a signing of the season for us. So yeah, I was very happy to give these sort of awards to this particular player, and someone that I hope that can build on it and be even better next season. So we are looking forward to La Liga next season, so hopefully you can join me for the next episode where we will be signing some new players and going from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button for when I do release another video. Cheers.